Hello everyone, my name is SteveTVOnline, and I am going to be submitting New Super Lucky's Tale Any Percent for the PC. This game came out in 2019, and since then we've gotten the Any Percent category down to sub-hour run. So there's a 2-minute and 46-second cutscene that's coming up right here, so I am going to just go into the game and explain a little bit more about it. In 3, 2, 1, go! So, New Super Lucky's Tale originally came out in 2017 for the Switch, and in that time frame, I had originally started the game by myself in 2017, and that was only for the Xbox and the PC. But then, come 2 years later, almost to the day, in 2019, they decided to come out with a remaster called New Super Lucky's Tale, which this game is. And with that came better camera movement, better movement overall, better graphics. And then more people started joining in. It was exclusively a Switch game until about 6 months into the game, they decided that they were going to release the Xbox and the PS4 version of the game. But with that came a hidden surprise of the PC version, and with that, it allows for us, it cut out roughly 5 to 10 minutes off of the game alone just with that. And so with new people joining in, we got more and more tricks in, and now it's become the run that it is now. There's tricks almost throughout the entire thing, so I'm going to try and explain them as I'm playing them. And I'm going to explain the major trick that's going to be happening throughout the entire run, and that's called bonk hopping. What's going to happen is Lucky is we are going to dive against the wall, then we're going to tail swipe and then jump, then do that action over and over again in a rhythmic motion, and it will allow for us to climb up almost any single wall indefinitely, and we're going to be abusing that throughout the entire run to get through all the levels as fast as possible. So this cutscene is almost about over, so I will go ahead and have you listen to the rest of it until it's over.
Without the Guardian Sigil, my team can't travel between worlds. We've been stuck here ever since that day, waiting. I don't know where that portal took him, but I know that Lucky is still out there. Somewhere within the book. My name is Lyra Swifttail, and I'm the current head of what remains of the Guardian Order. But this isn't my story. This is Lucky's tale.
Alright, so the first level that we're going to be appearing in is actually Heavy Heads, and Heavy Heads is the first level that you start off in all main levels. All main levels, 100%, all pages, and any percent. New Game Plus starts on its own. But with this, we're actually going to be starting off almost instantly with bonk hopping. You see that door that they're showing right now? That is actually the door we will be bonk hopping over. Normally what you would have to do is you would have to go up to a bell, ring that bell, and then watch a cutscene in order to go over it. However, with bonk hopping, we just go over that really fast. So here we go. We're gonna go over here. Bonk hop up this wall really quick. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be collecting in this level, I'm going to be collecting all 4 pages, and in order to do that, you need to collect 300 coins. You have to get the secret page, which can be hidden or out in the open. You also need to collect LUCKY for Lucky, as well as finish the level, and doing that will allow for you to get all of them. So right here, in this level, the objective is for us to get all 3 of these golems over to their stands, and they will then summon Big Daddy Golem right there, who will then spawn the page for us. We cannot collect the page before that, which is unfortunate, but after that we're going to go over here and we're going to grab the L, we're going to go under here, we're going to jump on this big boy's head, we're going to grab that, we're going to jump on this guy's head, then we're going to go up here and we're going to grab those, we're going to spin around here, grab those. Whoops. Then we're going to go over here, and we're going to grab the C, go over here, spin and grab these. We're going to double jump, tail swipe, and then dive over here and get up here, which normally what you would have to do to get up here is you would have to go and you would have to get into a burrow hole, which then in turn, after you solve the, get past the burrow hole, it would bring you up to this platform, and then you could continue on. However, we can just jump over there like we did. We're going to grab this head, and we're going to get the second one. The worm was in a good spot for us. We're going to drop down and get head number 2 over here. Alright, so now we have to go on to head number 3, but before we do that, we also have to finish collecting basically the rest of the stuff. So we're going to go over here, we're going to bounce on this boy's head, we're going to bounce on this boy's head. Grab all of those, then we're going to jump up top, which is right here. We're going to hit that, hit those, hit that, and then we're going to go over here, get this. We're grabbing this for the sole purpose of us being able to get into the burrow hole where the secret page is hidden. So we're going to bring this all the way over to here. Go over here, hit that, and then land right on the U. This will allow for us to get into the burrow hole, dive in. And then we're going to be meeting a new enemy here, which is the flowers. So in order to do that, we're just going to wait. We're going to jump on that guy's head. We're going to stand right about here. 1, 2, jump. I screwed that up a little bit, but that's fine. Normally you can hit their the tops of their heads there. We're going to go over here. We're going to grab all this stuff, go over here, and then we're going to go over here. We're going to tail swipe at the very edge of that because Lucky's tail has a massive hitbox, which we're going to use to our advantage later on in the run. So after that, we're going to jump up here, and we're going to bonk hop all the way up here. This will allow for us to get the last head of the game. We're going to go over here. We're going to grab the Y as well as all those coins, and that should be enough coins for us to go all the way down here. And lucky for us, we managed to not despawn those. If you do that correctly, they will despawn, or they won't despawn there. If they despawn, all you have to do is you have to run back a little ways, and then if they will respawn for you. So now that we have all 3 of the heads in there, our daddy golem wakes up to help us get our platform. 1, 2, 3, and then he has our page for us. Alright. And there we go. So after this, we're going to do a little bit of a trick called alting. What we're going to do is we're going to do Alt F4, which will back us out of the game. We're going to go back into the game. And then we are going to hit continue. This allows for us to be a little bit, which will allow for us to skip past an entire dialogue box with mittens and it's showing the door that we're supposed to be going into. And since we know where we're going, we don't really need that. So we're going to go over here to Dungeon Run. This is our first auto-scroller. We have to collect all 4 pages in this one, but it also gives me the opportunity to explain. There are 4 types of coins. There's small coins, big coins, the blue gems, and the pink gems. The single coin is 1. The big coins are worth 10. The small gems are worth 25, and the big gems are worth 50. We're going to be collecting all of those to get it, use it to our advantage. So we're going to jump there, then we're going to go up here, collect this big gem. We're going to go down here, and then we're going to release, and we're going to fall onto here. We're going to get the U, grab the big coin. We're going to jump on these boys' heads. We're going to land right on the bounce pad, go up here, grab that. We're going to go over here, and we're going to dive down. And then we're going to bounce up here, because we need to grab this secret page. Go down here, grab the K, then we're going to fall down. Grab the Y, then we're going to go up here, bounce on that, bounce on this. Grab that, and then we're going to go over here, grab these coins, and then we have a couple more that we have to grab. We're going to slide off of that. Well, I messed it up, but we have more than enough coins if we do this routing. And there we go. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do the alting one more time. Alt. And then we're going to go back in. And now we're not going to do that again, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to go right over to the Mittens boss fight. This is our first boss fight in the entire game. And there's a couple ways to speed it up, but the biggest trick, time save, is at the very end here. So as you saw at the door, since we have all 8 pages, it'll let us into the door, but the door still says that we need 8 pages, which is kind of funny. So now we're going to go through here, and we're going to go into the first boss. Lucky has one thing to do to activate the fight. Alright. So this is kind of an auto-scroller without being an auto-scroller, because everything is exactly the same, with only minor things to do to speed him up. So we're going to go up here, and the first thing that he's going to do is he's going to send out these heads that we're going to have to hit away. They're all going to spawn in the same exact spots, and if you're in the right spot at the right time, you can hit it as fast as possible. We're going to wait for this one, because we want to hit it over to there to save just a tad bit of time. And then we're going to run around and grab these coins just because we want to. Then, this next area, there's fireballs. It's a little bit difficult. Not really, but don't say anything. And, with our bunk hopping ability, we're able to jump up to the top up here. And we'll jump down. And then something that carried over from the original game back in 2017, I will show. So standing right where I'm standing right now will allow for these bouncing fireballs to just jump right over our head. The layout of this level is a little bit different from the original game, but that is still the same. It's about the same exact spot. So now we have one more set of fireballs and one more set of heads that we have to hit back at him to hurt him. So right, middle, right. And then we're going to jump up here and we're going to hit him like that. That allows for him to fall just 1 second faster than he normally would. We don't know why. It just, in his falling animation, you do that and it saves a little bit of time. Alright, so with that, we are heading into the next area. And we are going to be running into my favorite of the kitty litter. Yes, the members are called the kitty litter. And this is Tess. She's a very clumsy scientist, and she warms my heart every time I see this cat. So in this level, the first thing that's going to happen is we're actually going to see, something new, which is the ball levels. I'd like to call Super Lucky's ball, and representative of Super Monkey Ball. So here we go. This is always in the same thing, so we are just going to roll. And you can lose quite a bit of time here if you manage to fall off or miss a coin like I did. That's unfortunate. But I'm terrible at these. Normally it would go a lot smoother, but I just didn't want to mess up, so it made me mess up even more. Alright. So now we're done with them, and we can go. And after this, you'll never guess, but we're gonna alt out of this. So we're gonna alt out of that, and we are going to go back in. Come on. So now we're going into Piggy Peril, and Piggy Peril is a 2D level compared to the levels that you just saw, and this can somewhat be a hassle when you're playing it. So let's hope that I get some really good stuff when I'm doing this. Cool. That was really good. Alright, so now we're going to go down here and we're going to do a little bit of a skip here. If we go down here, we can get the page without having to hit the switch. And then we're going to go over here and we're going to get our hidden page, which is, if you hit that around, you're going to go over here and we're going to fall into here. We're going to go. And we're going to collect all these coins. So I already got hit once, so I'm going to be careful here. Normally you would want to do a death abuse here. There we go. Okay, this is actually a really good cycle. So that K cycle can be the difference between a really good phase and a bad one. So we're going to dive right into here. And we're going to do a little bit of a secret here. We're going to go to the center, and we're just going to dive. Doing that will allow for us to get over to there a lot faster. If I can get over here fast enough, I can get that. And then we're going to go over here, and we're going to do a bonk hop over this. That's a little bit faster than hitting the switch and having to dive under. And that is our first 2D level done pretty well. So we're going to alt one more time here, and this will be our last one for this level, because otherwise it would waste a little bit too much time. Alrighty. So we go from Piggy Peril up here to Ripe Rollers, which is another 2D level, but actually even worse than Piggy Peril. In the old game, this used to be called Rip Rollers or Rip Run because of how bad it was. And they've changed it up a little bit more just to make it still a little bit more difficult. There we go. So I have to be a little bit careful on this level because for some reason my PC likes to freeze up if I get hit in specific areas. Not freeze up, but like become very laggy. So I need to be very careful when I'm doing stuff. So we're gonna go down here. That's fine. So we have to collect all of these in order to get ourselves the K. Whew, that was weird. That was really good. I used to be really bad at that for some reason, but that was gorgeous. I did miss that cycle, which is unfortunate. Alright, now we're getting on to the last section of this. I'm jumping over here because I did not get the good cycle right there. And then the last thing we're going to do here is we have enough coins. But I just want to make sure. Now, if my game didn't lag out as much, I would be able to go through this and do a dive through that to go a little bit faster, but since my game lags out like crazy, I can't do it. Cool, we got it. And now to speed up a little bit of the process, we're going to go over this way and we're going to just do a small bonk hop that gets us up to here instead of going all the way over to the right. Here we go. And we are done with that. So after this, it's going to speed up a process. It's going to do the stuff that all the stuff that we were skipping, which is collecting all the coins that we didn't have before. And then it's going to count down and only do one of those. And then it's going to show us this door, or those guys. Then we're going to go over here, and I'm going in this specific way because otherwise I would get a dialogue box for the costumer Giovanni that we had there at the very beginning and save, or that we, his name is Giovanni. We did not save him in this run. There we go. We're gonna go over here, collect these coins, and as you can see, we're into the second ball level, and it's actually the last ball level of the entire thing, which is a good thing, because then I don't have to worry about it ever again. Oh, that was solid ending right there. And then we're going to grab this page, and then we're going to go on to my favorite boss fight of the entire thing, which is the test boss fight. Alrighty. We're gonna go up here. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is out of burrow holes, you've seen me do it a couple of times here. Out of burrow holes, if I hold the right trigger, which is the slide, and move in a direction, it will allow for me to slide a little bit faster. Instead of watching Lucky's animation, I will slide instead of just walking off. I will roll out of it, and I'll be able to go a little bit faster. Yeah, lies. My girl Tess, I love her so much that in my splits, as you can see, I call her my girl, just because she cracks me up. So there's a little trick that we can do with this, which is that carried over from the original game, which is she's going to be sending out her little bug creature there. And if you stand on the wooden area, he's going to slam his foot down. If you stand in that specific area anywhere around on the wood, he cannot hit you. That was carried over from the original game as well. And also these switches, the bug cannot get hurt unless you hit all the switches and some lightning will shoot to it. So the switches will always be in the same spot, so as long as you know where you're going, then you can just hit them. Cool, cool. There's a little trick that I was doing there where if you stand in a specific spot on the wood, it allows for you to completely hit two of the switches that would normally take 2 hits instead. Because that's one of the things about abusing Lucky's tail swipe. Alright, so right here, we're going to stand right here and get these last 2 switches. And I'm doing this in a specific order because the sole purpose of me having to be up here, we're going to speed up the end process here. I'm going to roll to the center, and then I'm going to dive into the center, and that completely gets rid of the ejection of Tess, and allows for us to get a faster end sequence there. Alright. Now we're going on to Restful Retreat. And Restful Retreat has these puzzles. Oh wait. Puzzles. Oh crap. I was going to try and get the memorization of these puzzles because they can be somewhat tricky. I guess I'll just improvise and get that done. But anyway, here's the bosses of this, which is Fluff and Stuff and General Buttons. We're going to be speeding up their fight a little bit later, and this was actually the process that I'm going to be taking for the boss fight is actually just found within the last month. So here's the puzzles. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of improv here. Alright, so as you can tell, obviously that was meant to happen, and I know what I'm supposed to be doing. You can just bonk up around the outside wall there, and then get in there and get the page without having to activate a dialogue. We're going to be doing that one more time for one more puzzle, and, well, actually multiple times for multiple puzzles. I'm completely wrong. Alright. Ladder Match of the Mind. This is one of the trickiest levels and my least favorite level in the entire run. It's a lot of cycle-based stuff. Like that. I just completely screwed that up somehow. So we're gonna go up here and we have to collect all the pages in this as well. Come on. Alright, come on. So, this is a level that I will focus on quite a bit because it's a lot of running around and getting stuff. So here's our hidden page. I'm gonna try and do this how the big boys do it. And just swing around and do it that way. There we go. Then we're going to do a bonk hop up this wall. Get up here a little bit faster. And then jump up here. We're gonna grab that C. Get up here, and we have to collect all these coins in order to get ourselves the K. Awesome, that was really good. Then we're gonna go up here. I do this a little bit different. I collect these coins to get the big gem that's here. I've seen everybody do that a little bit differently. And then we're gonna do one of my favorite tricks because I found it right there. We're going to go up here and we're going to collect the Y. And then we are going to finish off. I did not get enough coins somehow. So this is what I mean by this level being terrible. So I had a really good run and then I missed the last one, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? And there we go. We finished it up. A little bit slower just because we had to collect that last one, but I will take it. So because of that, last alt that I did, it allows for a little bit of a glitch to happen throughout the rest of the level. So it's going to count down. It's going to show this. Then it's going to show it one more time. Oh, it did not show it a second time. Usually it shows it a second time, but that's fine. So we're going to go up into here and we're going to do one more puzzle section. And solve this really quick. There we go. Alright, now let's see if it shows the door again. Okay, that's good. The glitch has happened now to where we will not have to do alting anymore because it allows for us to... it doesn't show the door anymore. And it'll do it for the rest of the levels. Alright, so we're going to go up here, and this is another auto level. and this is where donations could be read once again. But I just like to, while I'm doing it for my, submission video, I just want to say that I would love for, this game has grown so much. I started this game by myself in 2017 with just one person, me and one other person, I should say. And since then, this has grown to be one of my biggest, well, not my biggest community, but one of the ones that I'm the happiest with because I started it. And it just makes me so happy. Alright, so we're safe with that. Now we just need to get the 300 coins. You're saying, well, aren't you almost done with the level? Well, yes. We just had to do that, and we grab that, and we are good. Alrighty. And with that, we are now going to be going into the buttons and fluff and stuff fight. Now, this fight used to be one of the longest and most annoying bosses to do until about a month ago when we took the fight from a 3-phase fight into a phase and a half. If everything is done correctly, which I'll explain as I'm going, if I do everything correctly, this will allow for this to be done in a phase and a half. So what normally happens is we get Fluff and Stuff who tries to bounce on us. Fluff and Stuff is the big cat. And normally Fluff and we'll have Fluff and Stuff try and jump on us. Then he's going to send out fireballs. Then he's going to shoot us, or try and shoot us with bombs. And then he's going to send out bomb cats. That's each phase he does that, which made it super slow and random because you never knew where the bombs were going to be. However, we're going to be doing a little bit different things and doing things in a particular order. If I can get it correctly. So I'm going to go over here, which you're normally not supposed to be over here. And we're going to bonk hop all the way up this pole. Now, you ask why? Well, it activates a certain glitch in the game because you're usually not supposed to be up here and the game doesn't know what to do. So it freaks out. So now that I've climbed up that pole and fell back down, all I have to do is just stand right here and swipe. And with doing this, he's going to be shooting out the bombs. And right away, it's going to hit him, then we're going to go down here, and we're going to hit this bomb right here. And now we have to make sure that we hit this last bomb cat. We have to hit his bomb back at him. And if we did everything correctly, we'll see... Okay, we did not see Fluffy spawn up there. I might have messed it up somehow. There's supposed to be a second Fluffy that was supposed to spawn. That's how we knew that we would have got it. I know that I messed it up because we didn't get a second wave of bomb cats. So that's very unfortunate. Whoa. So I kind of messed that up, which is very unfortunate, but we're still going to get a different phase here. So now we just wait for the bomb or the fireballs to go, and then we're going to smack it back at him. So this fight could have been a little bit faster, obviously. There we go. Alright. And then we are done with Restful Retreat. We're now heading into Gilly Island, which was originally part of the DLC for the original game, but they ended up making it a, into a regular level in this one. We're going to be just doing 2 puzzle levels and a regular level in this one. And then we're going to be abusing the tail swipe mechanic of this one coming up in the actual regular level that we're going to be doing. And you'll see once we get into there what I mean. Alright, so first we're going to do this puzzle. Okay, that's unfortunate. Good thing that I shoved that off, though. So, you can get the dialogue, even if you go over the border there, if you land anywhere but on the page. It'll show the door. And then it'll show it again. This is where it shows the door 2 times. Doing this, it won't show the door the rest of the time now. Alright, so we're going to go from here, and we're going to go up to here, and get into our second one. So these puzzles are very annoying, normally. Crap. That was my own doing. Alright. So now we're going into 3 Cannon Salute, and with 3 Cannon Salute, we have a couple of tricks that we're going to be doing, and one that I'm going to be trying. I'm not the best at it, but we will try it anyway. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to roll forward, and we're going to talk to Meowmalade, and we're going to get this, and we actually have to completely do this one. Then we're going to bounce off this guy's head. And we're going to go up here, and then we're going to do a trick found by Double Double, which is, normally, we have, Mr. Fluff and Stuff has returned. They didn't actually disappear or get hurt. They just returned, and normally what they have to do is they're going to be shooting cannonballs at us, which isn't too nice. So we're going to run over here, and we're going to, you'll see in just a second here. Normally, what you would have to do to get through all that stuff is you would have to, Cool, I got it. Cool. That's really good. So that trick was found recently. As well as diving right there to get the C instead of going under. And normally you would have to wait for them to destroy it once again, like I've been saying. But if you, that's the only time that we're able to clip through something, is by doing it that way. If we can find it other places, we would use it. So now we're going into one of the weirdest bonus levels, because it likes to camera lock most players, except for me. I've yet to have it happen to me. We'll wait just a second, wait for the camera to catch up, and then we'll go. Alright. So it's almost impossible for us to not get the coins in this one, because we have to collect 2 of these timed things that give us plenty of coins. There we go, we got our 300 coins. And now all we have to do is finish this off, which is, he's gonna be shooting cannonballs, and he has these barrels on their boat for some reason. Don't know why they would be that stupid to do that, but cool. That's really good. So we're gonna stay right here. It's gonna explode that, then we're gonna jump down here. He's gonna explode that one, and then we will go to the end. Awesome, awesome. And that was a really good 3-cannon slew. We don't know what causes that, we don't know what causes the game to do that clip through. We've tried it on other things and it just doesn't work. But yeah. Here we go. We're gonna go around here, and then we are gonna go into the Lady Meowmalade fight, which is the longest fight because there's no way of actually speeding up this fight. But the good thing about it is we have really good music in it, so I can't complain. There is a couple of soft locks. Well, a couple of instant death things that can happen in this. Actually, one instant death one. Let's see. Okay. There's a soft lock that has happened to only one person. We don't know why it happened, but the platforms, the color changing right here, just never spawned. Alright. So, as you can see by this fight, it's just a lot of getting to the blue section before the red comes on, so you don't get hurt. And the instant death that has happened, that can happen, is you see the crystal ball. She's standing on it constantly. So if you bonk hop all the way up like this and then bounce over, it will cause you to soft lock. Or not soft lock, die instantly for touching the instant death barrier. One thing I'd like to point out, it's my favorite thing about this, is these beats are actually dancing to the music. It's the only level that they will dance. Alright. So now we have color changing as well as the lasers, but as much as I thought this used to be random, I believe that this will always be in the same spot. Yeah. So now we have dancing golems as well as dancing bees. I just love keeping them there to watch them dance. Alright, here she comes for the last time. Should be here, yep. Yeah, I believe that these are all in a set position. There we go, and we are done with Lady Meowmalade. Alrighty. We're gonna go on, we're now gonna head into the final world, which is Hauntingham. And the first level of this is actually Carnival Court, and this is the most changed level of the entire, compared to Super Lucky's Tale. In the original Carnival Court, they made it to where you had to find 3 ghost children and reunite them with their family, which we skipped anyway because of Out of Bounds. But in this one, we have to find 3 tickets and then give them to a special guest. But in this world, we also have the greatest voice lines ever. which are from the ghosts. Not these ghosts, these evil ghosts, the good ghosts. Ready? Roobaboo. And the favorite of everybody. Spookaboo. Spookaboo and Roobaboo. Alright, so now we're going to go into Carnival Court. We are not going to be doing any more alting anymore. Because there's nothing... It takes us way far back if we were to alt. But now we are going to be doing this level here. And the route that I'm going to be taking here just changed up recently, just a little bit. I used to skip this first guy that we're going to be talking to, but we found out recently that it's actually slower to do so. This is Clive the Barker, or if you know any pop culture, I like to call him Clive Barker, after the pop culture icon. Oh, Clive Barker, the producer, director, actor. Well, that was weird. So that was a little bit of a time loss. So right here I'm going to be doing a little bit of a trick. I'm going to be landing on that last one. Because otherwise we would have that dance that Lucky did. We would have to wait until after the dialogue. And then Lucky would do that. But with landing on it like I did right there, it actually made it to where he just does it when he lands on the last bumper car. So now we're going to go over here and we're going to... We have to collect everything, or we only have to collect the 300 coins and finish the level in this one. But we're collecting specific things in order to do it. There we go. We're going to be hitting those away, and then we're going to dive down here. We're going to hit it up and get ourselves the second ticket that we need. Then doing that will get us even more coins. Then we're going to go into here and we're going to do a small Jinx fight. Or shadowy figure, sorry. It couldn't be Jinx. No way it could be Jinx. There we go, that was really good. Then we're gonna get these bees. Then finally, we have the flower. Cool, cool. We collected 300 coins, and now we just head back up this way. We're gonna jump down here. Then we're gonna hit that. Grab ourselves the page. And be done. Now we're going on to Terror Train, and Terror Train is my absolute favorite level in the entire game. For the sole purpose of, it's a very quick level, and it's super fun. But before we do that, we have one little thing to show off here. This was recently found by Metoxy. There's a hitbox there that we would have to talk to one of the ghosts, but you can, if you go far enough close to the door, you're able to completely skip that dialogue. Oh, that's not good. We're fine now. So in this one, we're going to be collecting the hidden page as well as finishing the level. And in order to do that, we are going to do a small little trick coming up here. How did I miss it? Oh, I got it somehow, but didn't show up on the screen. So, right there, what I did and collected it, but it didn't show up, is I collected it through the hole there, and then I bounced down, saved a little bit of time, but since it didn't show up, I didn't think I collected it. Alright. Now we're going on to the hardest trick in the entire any % route. And that's the sole purpose of us doing the any %. This is why this is any %. We're going to be doing a trick called HH skip or haunting hand skip. This will allow for us to completely skip past the last 2 levels of the game. So there we go, we skipped the first part, and now we're going to skip the last level here by bouncing up this tree. Then we're going to turn around here, and we're going to go over here. Doing this allows for us to completely skip those last 2 levels, and then we're going to do a little trick right here. If I do it correctly, once I get the page in, Lucky is just going to teleport automatically. Alright, that worked. So now we're into the final area, and there's a cutscene, but I have to do this first. Lucky, over here! Lyra! I'm so glad you're here. How did you get into the book? She didn't. Foolish child. Jinx! I've been waiting for you, Lucky Swifttail. I really must thank you. The book is finally mine! Alright, so what we have here is we have the Jinx fight. There's some funny history behind this fight, but first I'm going to explain this fight. So, he's going to be doing a couple of phases. The first phase is those ground things. Then he's going to move the floor. Then after that, he's going to do these laser eyes. Then after that, he's going to move the floor once again. He's going to turn it. Those things on the floor, by the way, can be completely random. You never know. They could spawn underneath your feet and actually hurt you. But here we go. We're going to go over here. And then it's going to turn and shoot those things out again. Then he's going to bring it back to normal. And I'm going to stand here to see if I can activate the... Cool. Then he's going to raise up the floor. And he's going to send out these ghosts. Then we have this phase where he's going to come down and this is where we can hurt him. We're going to bring him all the way to the end. We're going to hit him 3 times. And then we're going to go back over here. So that trick, normally what you have to do is you have to hit Jinx and you have to hit him into the distance, then him come back onto the stage, and then you hit him again. However, if you just hit him 3 times right in a row there, it will completely end that phase. So the history behind this is in 2017, in the original Super Lucky's Tale, the developers, Playful Corporation, made Jinx a little bit too difficult, to the point where casually playing the game, one of the people that was playing the game, the developers were inside of the game, or the chat, watching them, and she just turned to the camera, looked into the camera, and says, "Playful, why?" To which point, they decided that they might have made it a little bit too difficult, and made a patch on it. And with that patch, it made the Jinx fight a little bit easier to handle. And this, they made it even easier than that. Cool. So we're gonna do that fast cycle once again. Alright, and then we have one last phase. But this phase is going to be a little bit different. Cool, cool. He's going to raise up the platforms right away. Then he's going to send out his eyes here. This is the easiest cycle for me. I got all the good cycles that I like. And then after that, he's going to be turning the camera angle as well as sending out the ghosts. So we need to kill all these ghosts. Then we have to land down here, so he'll spawn out. Now we can't do the 3-phase cycle here because he's going to do something a little bit differently. He's actually sending out multiple forms of himself here. We're going to play with him out here. Oh, I missed him. Okay, that's fine. And then the timing will be the second that I lose control of Lucky going at the book. In 3, 2, 1, time. So, that was New Super Lucky's Tale Any Percent, done in under an hour. I showed off most of the tricks. I messed up one of the boss fight tricks, but I showed off most of the tricks. I really hope you enjoyed it. I would love for this game to get onto the big stage and be shown off. But anyway, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it, and I hope that this is selected. Thank you.